Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the weekly Telarus Tuesday call for November 12th, 2019. Following a very memorable Veterans Day celebration yesterday, the national holiday observed each year on 11/11, November 11th, honoring all those who served in the United States Armed Forces. The date came about due to many countries celebrating the end of World War I as major hostilities were formally ended at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, just over 100 years ago. It was originally known as Armistice Day and still is in many of the Allied nations, and it coincides with Remembrance Day, or informally as Poppy Day, in Canada and in the Commonwealth member states. It was renamed Veterans Day in the United States in 1954. So many among our suppliers, partners, and Telarus employees have served, and we remember and thank you all. Happy Veterans Day to each of you. I'm Doug Miller, the voice of Telarus, the country's largest privately owned technology services distributor, and of course, built for you. Special thanks to everyone who took part in or sent good wishes for our official Telarus launch into Canada this past week. What a spectacular event and another tremendous milestone in Telarus growth. Also, want to give a shout out this morning to many partners and suppliers gathered today in Charleston, South Carolina, for the Telarus Innovation Conference. More about that coming up in just a moment. On last Tuesday's call, we welcomed CloudGenix with powerful information on their application defined SD-WAN offering. There are profound differentiators between CloudGenix and other SD-WAN offerings, and compelling customer benefits associated with the CloudGenix application fabric. Senior Solutions Architect Yosh Bajpayee and National Channel Manager Aubrey Malcolm, who supports Telarus partners, joined that call to discuss the CloudGenix sweet spot and to review use cases that showcase the power of CloudGenix. That discussion, as well as the entire recorded Tuesday call, is available now in your Telarus partner back office. Also on last Tuesday's call, we welcomed a brand new Telarus supplier. It's SpeakApp, a secure and private platform enabling organizations of all sizes to reach and engage with their frontline employees to deliver greater customer experience and business value. SpeakApp delivers always available, real-time, measurable, two-way information and communication, enabling communication and collaboration from any internet-connected device. SpeakApp's official launch and training call was held last Wednesday. You can see and hear that tremendous presentation. It's recorded and available now in your Telarus partner back office. On today's call, we're happy to welcome Digital Realty. The most important currency exchanged between enterprises and their customers is digital trust. And as the ongoing surge of information accelerates across the world, so does the need for secure data exchange. Digital Realty supports the data center, colocation, and interconnection strategies of customers everywhere. They leverage full interconnection capabilities across their ecosystem, including cloud service providers, partners, networks, and customers that drive your client's business. Most enterprise brands are or will be expanding their data center footprints, and most of these consider Digital Realty's data centers home to their most valuable assets. And your clients should be doing the same. Our special Digital Realty presentation is coming up here today in just moments. As always, we invite you to log in to the video link and live chat platform to see all of today's valuable information and to submit your questions and comments for today's presenters. We're getting so excited for our 2019 Telarus President's Club. It's coming up in March, and for those planning to qualify, please note that the dates have changed slightly for this event. We're now planning that event for March 28th through the 31st. And as you can see, each week, our list of Telarus President's Club qualifying opportunities continues to fill out. I think this is the most impressive array of offers there's ever been. Our suppliers are continuing to help make it easy for you to qualify for the President's Club Award. We will be taking qualifying partners to an amazing getaway. We're going to Secrets Vallarta Bay in beautiful Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So many ways to qualify for this event, either by selling a combined 100K in Telarus MRR, and we've got a lot of partners there, or you can sell a specified amount with one of the individual sponsoring suppliers shown here on your screen. And as you can see from the list, many terrific and easy ways to qualify. You don't even have to sell that much with some of them to get there. Don't miss this opportunity to join Telarus March 28th through the 31st in Puerto Vallarta for our 2019 Telarus President's Club. And to help you do that, we are back on the road this week with events planned all over the country to help partners build their business. Here are some of those tremendous opportunities. We hope you'll join us at an event near you. Today, Tuesday, happening right now until 3 p.m., it's the Telarus Security Boot Camp in Baltimore, Maryland, at the Rusty Scupper Seafood Restaurant. Now, that's an awesome name. The Telarus Security Bootcamp will teach you how to discuss all the layers of your customers' security needs and strategies. They'll introduce you to security suppliers and help you make security consulting and sales a profitable part of your business. Today's expert instruction comes from Nitel, Vigilant, and Sky Data Vault. This Thursday, the 14th, our Security Bootcamp travels to Manassas, Virginia. We'll be there from 10 until 3:30 at the Autobahn Indoor Speedway and Event Center. You'll receive expert training in security opportunities and solutions Thursday from Sky Data Vault, Verizon, and Consolidated Communications. We hope you'll join us for our Telarus Security Boot Camps. Tomorrow, Wednesday, there's a special Telarus Tech Talk event in Overland Park, Kansas. We'll be at Carrabba's Italian Grill Restaurant from 1 until 4 p.m. Masergy will be there discussing their SD-WAN solution and how it's changing the way your clients can do business. And also, Nexergy will provide special training on their UCaaS offering and how they simplify that solution for your customers. Masergy, Nexergy, and if that weren't enough, we've got some axe throwing afterward at Bury the Hatchet. It's a special Tech Talk event in Overland Park tomorrow afternoon. On Thursday this week, there's also a special Telarus Cloud Boot Camp, and this is set for Scottsdale, Arizona from 10 until 2 at Fleming's Prime Steakhouse and Wine Bar. Please tell me there's no axe throwing there. Cloud and disaster recovery strategies are two of the most important discussions you can have with clients, uncovering needs and opportunities that can dramatically help their business and make yours more profitable as well. Leading this discussion of cloud marketplace will be the experts from AT&T Business, Steadfast, and Rackspace. It's our Telarus Cloud Bootcamp, and it happens in Scottsdale on Thursday. Meanwhile, our powerful, unmatched Telarus Innovation Conferences continue to travel the country. We are in South Carolina today with a tremendous group of partners and suppliers. You got to remember, these techs are not just your average training courses. These are immersive technology training experiences which explore IoT, contact center, security, and more. By attending these events, you'll take your business truly to the next level. It's all new, outstanding training and content from the Telarus team and from many industry experts as well. Big prize giveaways at each event going on as well, about $5,000 worth, in fact, at each event. Big prize, of course, the knowledge and the training and the experience you'll receive to build your business. Our next few innovation conferences coming up on the schedule are today, I said we're in Charleston, South Carolina. We're at the Art Deco American Theater. I'll bet you could still sneak in if you want to go over there and take advantage. This Thursday, November 14th, 2 Telarus Innovation Conferences going on. We'll be at Cleveland, Ohio's House of Blues with a Steeler versus Browns watch party after that event at Punch Bowl Social. Thursday also finds us in the San Francisco Bay Area at Casa Real at Ruby Hill Winery in Pleasanton. That's going to be followed by happy hour, seems only appropriate, and a comedy show featuring Better Late Than Never star Jeff Dye. That's all happening on Thursday. Join us and take advantage of these tremendous opportunities to enhance your expertise and build your business. It's the one and only Telarus Innovation Conference. Our full schedule of events with all of our upcoming opportunities, where you can register RSVP, that's all at Telarus.com events. You know, many times on this call, we take a moment to introduce a brand new Telarus supplier. And today, we're doing something similar. We're announcing a relaunch of an existing supplier, Zayo, an existing supplier with an enhanced focus now on Telarus partners. Tomorrow, there's a special relaunch event which will show our partners how Zayo's fiber fuels global innovation. They provide mission-critical bandwidth to the world's most impactful companies, fueling innovations that are transforming society. Zayo's infrastructure solutions include dark fiber, private data networks, wavelengths, Ethernet, DIA, and data center colo services. Eric Thompson is Zayo's Channel Vice President. He joins me now with details on this exciting Wednesday relaunch event. Eric, welcome to our Tuesday call. This is going to be a great opportunity for partners. Tell us about it.
Great. Can you hear me all right?
You sound terrific.
Okay. Thank you. First, thank you very much for having us. For those unfamiliar with Zayo, we provide global network solutions, and our differentiator is a deep set of fiber assets and the customer experience. For those who are familiar, we took a look in April and had a drastic revamp of our channel program and how we were going to kind of take care of our partners. And I want to give Telarus a special thank you, because they were the first partner we sat down with and said, hey, we want to do more. What can we do better? Telarus gave us a laundry list of things that we could do better, and we took those into an action plan. We've increased residuals. We've added pre and post-sale support dedicated to channel. We've provided better protection at the customer account, and ultimately given a ton of resources to help our partners grow with their customers with what Zayo does really well. On the call tomorrow, Dan Stoll, you might remember him as president of Electric Lightwave and Integra, will be joining and talking a lot about our deep product footprint. And our goal with the call is to make it to where you understand the additional resources that Zayo has put into the channel, and ultimately find ways that we can go to market together and sell big custom solutions to the world's fastest growing companies. So thank you very much for having us. We're looking forward to the training and very much looking forward to the relaunch of Zayo and the Telarus ecosystem.
Well, as are we. Eric Thompson, as I mentioned, is Zayo's Channel Vice President, and it's going to be a terrific presentation tomorrow. There were plenty of really good reasons to do business with Zayo before, but now, given some of the changes, improvements, and opportunities that exist there are plenty more reasons to do that as well. You're going to want to find out about all of them and how Zayo is now more focused on Telarus partners and their business. Join the special launch training. It happens tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And I can't wait to find out all that Zayo is doing. Thanks, Eric, for being part of the call today. We really appreciate it. We'll look forward to the training call tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, speaking of, here is a rundown of this week's training calendar. 4 excellent opportunities being featured today. Rest up today, because tomorrow, Wednesday, 3 webinars from 3 suppliers in 3 hours in which you will definitely want to participate. First up, as we just mentioned, 11 a.m. tomorrow, it's that special relaunch of our Telarus partnership with Zayo. Special relaunch will show partners how Zayo's fiber fuels global innovation and the changes that they have made in their channel program to specifically benefit Telarus partners. Learn how to build your base of business during this special Zayo partnership relaunch. Happens tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Right afterward, at noon Eastern tomorrow, plan to join TalkDesk for a showcase of 3 channel wins. TalkDesk provides call center software for innovative enterprises. They help clients engage with customers anytime, anywhere, in any channel using any device, while seamlessly integrating with critical systems like Salesforce. Critical experience, customer experience, becomes your client's competitive advantage with TalkDesk. You'll go behind the scenes of these 3 channel wins and learn how the opportunities were found, the winning TalkDesk solutions involved, and how the deals were closed. Winning with Talk Desk. It happens tomorrow at noon Eastern. And then following that, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, you'll round out the 3-hour marathon with very important training from Verizon. IP trunking, why some customers haven't yet migrated and how to help them do so. IP trunking allows users to make and receive calls from the office to the outside world through their data network. They control their overall costs when they do that. When paired with Verizon's unified communications solutions, it opens up the latest collaborative possibilities for the workforce, including mobility, video conferencing, and online meetings. It's a special IP trunking training. It happens tomorrow from Verizon at 1 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday. On Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern, it is another Telarus Partner exclusive training event, this time with today's Tuesday call presenter, Digital Realty. More on that webinar is coming up shortly, but if you like what you hear today, you'll definitely want to join for more on Thursday. Leading digital businesses cite proximity to customers and performance as their keys to improving the customer experience. This Thursday training will show you how a distributed architecture can enable clients to quickly and easily deploy their edge computing strategy. They can do that throughout Digital Realty's colocation network. Such a calendar reminder now. You'll want to be here for the Thursday training event with Digital Realty. Big information to be had there. The details and registration links for these and for many other live and recorded learning opportunities, we make them available 24/7. They're all in your new, redesigned Telarus Partner back office at agent.telarus.com. We try to pass along some of the newest and best spiffs and promotions each week as well to make your sales even more profitable. Here are 3 such incentives to consider. First up, a very special combined rewards program from RCN, Grande Communications, and Wave Business. It's a 1x MRC spiff for all Ethernet and or voice closed sales to lit or new construction locations. RCN, Grande, and Wave are offering a wholly owned fiber-rich network, metro and building diversity, aggressive new build timeframes, PRI, SIP over fiber, and they are MEF 2.0 certified as well. Ethernet and or voice sales to lit or new construction locations will get a 1x MRC spiff during this special promotion, which runs through December 31st. Take advantage, RCN, Grande, and Wave. And then from Fuse, a fantastic way to earn fast cash on your Fuse opportunities. Just submit your net new UCAS opportunities to Fuse before December 31st. And if within 30 days that opportunity results in a business meeting with a Fuse sales representative, you get fast cash. You'll get between $200 and $2,000 based on the number of that company's employees. Fast cash for UCAS opportunities, and it's all coming to you from Fuse. And finally, a terrific opportunity from Jive by LogMeIn. This fall, let Jive do the work and you'll enjoy 5x. Just register and close a new 36-month agreement for Jive GoToConnect, Connect Bundle, or Jive Voice. And your Jive AE will help work that deal with you from demo to close. And then while you sit back and enjoy, I don't know, one of those horrible pumpkin spice season whatevers, you'll also claim your 5x spiff, which everybody wants. That offer is valid through December 31st, a 5x spiff from Jive. 5 from Jive. These and many more fantastic deals from our suppliers can all be found at promo.telarus.com. Check it out. Some fantastic offers to take advantage of there. Well, today we are tremendously excited to welcome Digital Realty to our Tuesday call. As I mentioned earlier, the most important currency exchanged between the enterprises and their customers is digital trust. You don't have that, you don't have much. As the ongoing surge of information accelerates across the world, so does the need for secure data exchange. Digital Realty supports the data center, co-location, and interconnection strategies of customers everywhere. They leverage full interconnection capabilities across their ecosystem, including the cloud service providers, partners, networks, and customers that drive your client's business. Adrian Keller is the Senior Channel Sales Manager at Digital Realty. He joins me now with today's presentation. Adrian, welcome to our Telarus Tuesday call. This is a fascinating subject, one that I don't think we give enough thought to on a day-to-day basis, and yet, really, it's one of the most important pieces of any business's strategy in today's world. Welcome.
Thank you, Doug. I loved your little background on Veterans Day, so that was really cool.
Thanks
for that. Hello, Telarus. Good morning, everyone. On the note of Veterans Day, happy belated Veterans Day. Thanks to all the listeners out there that served our great country, and God bless. I guess the purpose of this training is to give a very high overview. You could think of this as a starting conversation, if you will, one that, a lot of sellers at Telarus are just starting to think of, and they really should, because the opportunities are strategic in nature, and frankly, simply put, just very, very profitable. Can we skip to the agenda? Next slide, thanks. Back up one, if you don't mind. There you go. So what we're going to cover today is, first of all, introductions. You always have to have those. And we will cover the why you should sell Digital Realty and the process on how to begin selling Digital Realty. Let's skip to the next slide. So here is sort of the introduction slide DLR. I think the conversation, though, really starts when you see the account map on the next slide, the territory map. Here we have the people that support you, the sellers of Telarus. This is a channel territory map. It's almost identical to the ones that Telarus socialized several years back. I remember when I first got that. But it breaks out, the who and who to engage and where. I'm the head of the dog. I get the privilege and the pleasure to support Telarus on the master agent perspective. So I'm the first guy to reach out to if you ever need anything. Alan Harmsen, channel chief, great guy. I think many of you have worked with him in the past. And historically, a guy in the very bottom, Alex Weiss, was the original head of the Telarus relationship, but I got the privilege of taking it over recently. So I'm based out of San Francisco. I work at the crown jewel of our assets in the connected campus of the Silicon Valley market. It's called 365 Main. If you're ever in my area, I would love to take you on a tour of that particular asset. Highly interconnected, great place to be. All right, I'm going to jump to the next slide. So meet Digital Realty. We offer at Digital Realty, obviously, data center, and we have co-location strategies supporting over 2,300 firms globally. We offer a secure network-rich portfolio in North America, Asia, Europe, and Australia. These numbers don't reflect the recent merger with Interaction. I think many of you have seen that on the news. 2019, like last month, in fact, we announced a merger with Interaction. And this adds another 50 channel-friendly colo assets, highly interconnected assets, I might add, in EMEA. So for now, we can only speak to 210 data centers spanning through 5 continents, 14 countries. The 210 data center assets I spoke to previously, at least 260 by my count. We're in 35 metro areas, and we have 32 million rentable square feet. All these numbers, again, are going to be bigger the next time we speak. And we're the 5th largest REIT in the world. Real Estate Investment Trust is what that acronym means. Next slide, please. So Digital Realty at a glance, this is the timeline of all the major events in our history. We went IPO in 2004. At that time, we had 21 properties in North America and Europe. Our heritage has always surrounded land ownership. We own the land, we build our own data centers and operate them for ourselves, or in some cases, we are the landlord for a single tenant. And that's a lot of instances. So we continued this heritage of land ownership in 2005 and 2010. And then the story really starts in 2015. That's when we acquired Telex. And I think Well, Telarus has had a long-standing relationship with Telex, and that's really where a lot of the brand recognition comes from. We didn't even really have a channel program at the time. Digital Realty, I'm speaking to, legacy Digital Realty. So all the channel friendliness, the methodology, I mean, even the account team came from this merger. So it was an important milestone. And Telex at the time was the second largest interconnection play, selling only co-location offerings, nothing in the the scale, wholesale, or hyperscale market. And so this gave Digital Realty, this enabled us with the full gambit to sell everything from the small to the very, very big. Jumping to the DuPont merger acquisition in 2017, I remember that's when I started here. It was Labor Day, the day after actually. Day after Labor Day, I started in 2017, and we had just announced this merger. Now the merger was really cool because it gave us what I would say a monopoly in selling the very large deals, hyperscale. And we also got a lot of big name customers. I can't say who they are on this call, but you can think of some of the biggest logos in existence were part of that acquisition. But I think probably the coolest thing was the intellectual properties that we gained from DuPont Fabros, making already really great ability to build our own data centers, but new technology that was proprietary to DuPont Fabros that empowered us to be even better as a data center operator. In 2018, we acquired Senti. This is the major co-location play in Brazil. And then 2019, not on this slide, is in my mind probably the most exciting thing in recent years is the Interaction merger, giving us a real leg up in EMEA. Next slide, please. So this is your typical top customer slide. Why I think it's cool and why I think it's important is because it showcases a major difference with Digital Realty in the fact that we're carrier neutral, where our partners are our customers. This is a big way for us to be able to sell very creative deals. I mentioned before we can do the small stuff to the multiple megawatt. And the carrier neutrality aspect means that we absolutely have to source partnerships to add to our interconnection offering and to be part of our ecosystem. So what I mean by that is channel opportunities could be through the network side of the house. I mean, I've seen a great deal of deals even through Telarus with network partners, and it could even be data center providers as well. I mean, you could bring an opportunity to work with some of the names to the far right. And then, one other point, just speaking to just the type of company we are, we own 21 Equinix buildings and operate them as their landlord. So our biggest customers are our biggest competitors in some cases, and vice versa. Next slide. So future-proof your architecture. I keep saying, that we're a provider that can sell the small single cab opportunity to the very big, and we're the only ones that can do that. Scale and wholesale are very competitive, and the margins are narrow, so it's really hard. You have to own the land, and you have to be, a pretty sizable company to be able to source those opportunities. And then on the far right, we have our connectivity. Interconnection is the connectivity that lives within the four walls of our data centers, and it's all about proximity to the edge. So we can certainly talk about that more on Thursday when we have our secondary call. Next slide. So this is a little bit of an eye chart. I mean, what I'll speak to on this is just that we're the 5th largest REIT. We offer, again, 210 data centers, probably 260 plus once we true up our assets. Again, the 32 million rentable square feet. This is over an ecosystem of 1,600 networks, 76,000 cross connects, and a staggering number of 1.1 gigawatts of IT load, which is just mind-bending. Our core offerings are our connected campuses. We have a colo offering, and then it's paired with a whole bigger network of data centers being able to do co-location, scale, hyperscale. And then we have certainly our multi-cloud. Many of you have been leveraging opportunities. Telarus doesn't have an MSA in place with Megaport. We do. So this could be a case where we can sell the multi-cloud powered by Megaport. It's our service exchange offering. We have high density data centers, very high density, cutting edge of technology, and then certainly internet gateways. We call this Digital Realty Internet Exchange. Next slide, please. So let's see. So global platform capabilities. I think probably this slide is best served as just a reference point that gives line items of the different things we can do, but it's probably best to engage me, on a sidebar conversation and go over the different things on a case-by-case basis of what your customers need. Our website's a great place for information on the different facilities. There's drop downs for every single one of our locations with product links in there, and then we also have a marketing collateral portal, which I'll bring up at a later point as well. Next slide. So consistent quality customer care. Now, why is this important? I can't express enough the importance of good support. I came from a long heritage in the network world. I'm only 2 years into the data center world, and it's like night and day the difference. I mean, in the past, I would be chasing installations, I would be mitigating outages. It was the bane of my existence. That is not something you see with a data center opportunity, particularly us, Digital Realty. And I mean that with the bottom of my heart as a promise. Commencement dates happen 30 days after install, and then there's just a whole establishment of support. Naturally, you get a CSM dedicated, you get me, you get an account rep, an SC, and then you also get a whole escalation path to be able to support your customers in the best way. Next slide, please. Now, we have some green initiatives which are really near and dear in my heart. I think it's very important. Data centers consume a lot of power, in many cases more than a whole city block. And the good thing about Digital is that we're the largest buyer of renewable energy globally. I mean, that is a pretty amazing thing to go and say. And then we have more green data centers than their data center in the business. And this is a hot topic for your customers. I mean, you'd be surprised how many, there's tax credits associated with it. And this is something you should be talking about anytime there's a project, is what their green initiatives are. It could be a door opener for you. Next slide, please. So enterprise brands trust Digital Realty, and so should you. Now, I think that might sound a little cheesy to some, but I'm going to tell you why they should trust Digital Realty on the next slide. Now, why? Good question. So first and foremost, we operate our own data centers. Now, there is a ton of operational strength that comes from that naturally. I mean, for one, you can think about it, there's no finger pointing. Now, the middle slide, 16 years of experience, that's a long time in this industry, and all of it on 5.9. Now, why I bring up financials on the right, $37 billion market cap, and it's about to shoot up a little bit from a fairly sizable merger that we keep talking about on this call. Financial stability is huge. Now, I mean, I know that I've seen even companies I've worked for become insolvent, bankrupt, go out of business. We've seen CLECs go through bankruptcies and completely disrupt customers. We're starting to see that in data centers as well. So it's important to find a stable partner that you won't have to lose your channel revenue to, and you won't have to put your customers through the anguish of this company going out of business. It's a huge value proposition. I can't state enough. Next slide. So continuing on with the benefits of a trusted partnership, we are global. So is Telarus. So it's a match made in heaven. You get a dedicated channel manager, and you get dedicated marketing support. So that means you get to work with my good friend Steve Holt and me, and together we can knock down big deals as a team. And then post-sales, after we sell that big deal, you get a dedicated SC, you get a CSM, and you get a whole escalation path with measurable ways to support your customers and make them happy. Next slide. Next slide. Sorry. I think you skipped one, but can you go up one? I'm sorry. All right. Okay, yeah, that was the one. It was actually down there. I'm sorry about that. Well, I'll speak to it while you're getting to it. That's the one. Stay right there. So the benefits of a trusted partnership continued. That's what this slide should be called. I think one major important thing that, everyone would agree is that we pay well and we pay on time. I actually handle the commissions myself and make sure everything works like clockwork. And you can check my work. I don't think there's many, vendors out there that can, would make that claim, because that's a really big one. But yeah, I do the commissions and they pay on time. And the deals themselves are sticky and they grow over time. They're not commoditized like, selling network deals that tend to get smaller over time. There's a simple deal registration. The best process is to engage me, yours truly, but I'll provide a link a little later. And then lastly, sales harmony. We have a model in place where our reps actually get paid more to integrate a partner. They get a spiff to partner with you. So you can imagine that kind of fosters the fact that I would argue to say that we're the most channel-friendly provider in existence. And then lastly, on this note, I think it'll probably go back to the commission button. I didn't speak to it enough. We have spiffs. We have a 2x MRR spiff for deals sold on a 36-month term, and a 1x for deals sold on a 24-month term. These are for new logo sales. Next slide. So how to begin selling? Obviously, I keep saying this, but the first step is to engage me. I'm your point of contact. And then slide 18. So this is, again, a little eye chart that shows, governance and such. I'm only including it because it includes the deal registration link. I tend to register deals myself just so I can get them routed properly, but there's a deal registration link for your back office. And then next slide is, the collateral portal. So this is another place to pull down, marketing materials, case studies, product slicks. Our website is also a really great tool as well, www.digitalrealty.com. And I believe that's all I have for now.
That's great. Adrian, thanks so much for the presentation. We're speaking today with Adrian Keller. He's the Senior Channel Manager at Digital Realty, and it's time for our weekly Q&A session featuring your questions and comments from our chat window. We've already had, that is, a couple of questions that came in. As you might expect, everybody's interested to know right off the top, where is Digital Realty located? Where can I access data center and colo services? There's a great map available on the website at digitalrealty.com, where you can get a complete list of locations that is always updated. That's the best place probably to go. But Adrian, let's talk about locations for just a second, because Digital Realty already had a terrific footprint, but now with the acquisition of the new, and I always pronounce it incorrectly because of the spelling, but it's how do you say it? Interaction. Very good. Yeah, they're a European data center provider, but this has given tremendous access not only into Europe, but also the Middle East and Asia as well. So this truly expanded the global footprint.
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. Thanks for the question. So areas of merit for channel, certainly North America is where we started. Our company is based out of San Francisco. That's where our headquarters are at. We have a footprint in APAC, EMEA, Brazil, and we're actually expanding to some other parts in South America. APAC includes Australia, Hong Kong, Singapore. We're going to be expanding into South Korea. And every time I look, there's more areas coming on, but I think it would be, the best place to find all this information is on our website.
That's great. I'll bet, just from knowing what we go through with our own name, Telarus, and the mispronunciations that often creep into that, there are probably a lot of folks that say Digital Reality instead of Digital Realty when they look at your name. It really is Digital Realty, but the reality of the situation is that that's probably not a bad thing if it helps them remember your name and what you do. You really do lend that element of reality to what customers need to be doing as they consider their digital needs. You mentioned the acquisition, but you've also been in the news for another big event as well. I don't know if you want to discuss this today or if you want to bring it up on Thursday or just send partners to find out more about it. But you've launched what we call Platform Digital as well, which is really a big step into providing partners and their customers with a way to further scale their digital business. Do you want to touch on that as well today?
Yeah, I think I'll I need to get some official materials from my marketing guy, Steve Holt. So I'll be able to speak to that in more detail on Thursday. Sorry that I'm not prepared for that.
No, that's fine. If any partners are interested in that, it's a big move into the global data center platform market. There's great information that just came out, in fact, earlier today on the newswire. If you look up Digital Reality and go to the news section on Google, you'll see some fantastic information about that. I think that would generate a lot of great questions for the presentation tomorrow, and further interest in what Digital Realty is doing in that global marketplace. Tremendous information today. We don't often think, as we're selling, circuits and security and firewalls and UCaaS and all of the different things that we're doing as partners in this business, that all of this is tied together by what we call that digital trust, that all of these different entities have to have between each other to facilitate this transfer of data and information. This is where Digital Realty has such a powerful presence in the marketplace. You mentioned earlier the selling process. How should our partners be explaining what Digital Realty is to their customers and why this idea of digital trust between entities is critical to their success?
So my thoughts are that it really isn't anything that you want to overthink. Like, I get that question a lot, like where should we start, right? I think the best conversation is to engage us early and often. I don't want to make that sound like a cop-out, but it's better to engage your trusted partners so they can explain, all the selling benefits of the offering. The core takeaways, there's only a couple line items that we offer. It's space, it's power, and it's interconnection based on proximity to the applications that customers use. Now that's the initial conversation, but it gets a lot more complicated and strategic, when you get into the weeds, and that's where it's best to engage, us as a resource as part of your account team.
So a partner will bring you a lead and have an opportunity where they can engage Digital Realty. Mark Blanchard out on the chat window is asking, when that lead is registered, is it theirs exclusively, or is it an ink-win type situations where another agent could also register the same lead? How is that registration process set up to work?
That's a very good question. I actually was new to this when I started 2 years ago. I came from the ink wins world, but think of data center as a real estate transaction. It really is. Like hinging to the broker side of the world, a registration is ironclad. If you go ahead and register a deal, it has to include customer contact information and valid requirements, and then it's yours until there's something in place that displaces it. Either we win the deal, or say another agent comes in with a legal document indicating that they want to be the customer wants them to be the agent of record, called an LOA. But these registrations are ironclad, and nobody else can work on the deal without an LOA displacing the original party.
Ironclad registration. I like that. Thanks for the question, Mark. Julio, who asked a question earlier about the locations, wanted to know if they've got a customer or a client who would like to physically tour a location. Is that something that Digital Realty can facilitate for them?
Yes, I was reading that question prior, and I like the question a lot. You reach out to me, and I will always make myself available within reason. Like today, I'm heading in right after this to go do a data center tour for a customer. So I will certainly accommodate, and get sales engineering support and run that tour for you. Also, even without an opportunity, let's say you want to see the facility as a partner, I'll set that up for you as well.
You've made this very easy on partners who have opportunities for you. You mentioned that you would be the primary source or the primary contact, if you will, when they've got an opportunity. And you mentioned others that are scattered throughout the country that can assist them with these individual selling opportunities. You also mentioned, and I had to smile at this, that you're the one that apparently is reviewing these commissions to make sure that they're absolutely accurate and processed correctly and in a timely fashion. I immediately went to a political ad in my head and just said, "I'm Adrian Keller, and I approved this commission." That's phenomenal.
That's funny. It's true though. So we have a really easy process. We have an automated commission structure on the legacy Telix side of the house that pays for every line item, every cross connect, all organic growth. That's what your agent agreement even states. And then if there's ever a problem, I'm always jumping in and doing it on a manual ad, and I own everything to do with commissions. So if there's ever an issue, please reach out to me and I'll fix it in short order.
Great information. The thing that fascinates me about this type of offering, and so much of our business in the telecom world has for many years been physical connections. We were dealing with, going back to copper wiring and then fiber connections and all of these things. There's a very physical aspect to what we do. But when we start talking about data and we get into this virtual world, once we start talking digital realty and the offerings that they have, we're really integrating both that physical world. You've got data centers, physical facilities, all of the equipment, space, and things that are involved with that. But then that virtual world as well, where we're talking about exchange of information and data, all of the different security issues and the UC issues that go along with that. It really is an integration of both the physical and the virtual worlds. A fascinating discussion to have with customers, and one that should very easily get our partners in front of their clients with a reason to talk to them about their digital trust and security.
Yeah, I love that statement. It's very true.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, we have the session that's coming up Thursday morning. This is at 11 a.m. Eastern time. We're planning to go about an hour on that one, and give us just a little bit of, some flavor as to what we're going to cover in that session and how partners will come away with that with a better sense of who Digital Realty is and what they can offer to their customers.
Oh, we're going to do more of an engineering deep dive, Doug. So where I covered just the 30,000-foot overview of why it makes sense to partner in terms of the revenue and the type, the deals and how we support it and the process. It's going to have much less of that, but it'll be going in line items of different markets, locations, benefits of those markets, and I think a lot more, just technical data that will empower your agents to sell this product.
That's great. It's going to be a great conversation. Thanks, Adrian, for your time here today. Digital Realty is something you definitely want to check out. As I mentioned, they've been in the news a lot lately, both with the acquisition and with the new platform Digital that's being rolled out. You want to take a look at that. Great information there. And prepare yourself to have a great conversation on Thursday as we get farther into the details on all of this and help you, our partners, to understand what Digital Realty offers and how you can take advantage not only of great products and services for your clients, but terrific commissions and opportunities to grow your business as well. Adrian, thanks so much for the time. Last word?
No, just thank you. And you guys are the best. I look forward to working with you all. And thanks for the time to present today. Appreciate it.
You bet. We will talk on Thursday. Our thanks to Adrian Keller of Digital Realty, also the folks at Zayo, our relaunch of that partnership tomorrow morning. Check that out. And our thanks to each of you for your attendance and participation today. Telarus is built for you. We will return next week with more. Until then, I'm Doug Miller, the voice of Telarus. Have a great selling week, everyone.